Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today's session is very important and special because we are going to discuss today about automatic trading using alerts and webhooks. By the end of today's session, you'll be able to set up your own automatic trading bot with almost zero price and with almost zero coding knowledge. Right? You don't need any coding knowledge, but it's good to have. But what you need is a script, a TradingView script, which can generate alerts in a meaningful way, which can be interpreted by the other systems. Okay, so today's session we can divide today's session into two parts. The first half, what we'll do is we'll learn about what all things or what all components required. Second half, it's more about doing the hands-on, set up everything and set up your bot. Okay, let's get started with the part one. So, what all things we need for setting up a trading bot? There are mainly three things which I can say, which we absolutely need. First thing is a source which can generate a signal, a trading signal. So this is easily our trading view system, and also a very good scripts which can generate meaningful trading view alerts or signals. And also, the alerts has to be in a particular format to be able to understand. It has to be in a JSON format. um, I've also created another video a few days ago on how to create customizable alerts in PyScript. If you have not gone through this video, please go through this. It will be useful in understanding how we can create our alerts in different formats, or how do we make our system more adaptable so that alerts can be triggered in a format which is very flexible. Right. And also, in our example today, we're going to use the same program which is coded here and with little modifications. I've already done the modifications here. What the script will do is it will generate alert whenever the close crosses over moving average. It will only generate the long signal, and the signal will only contain following parts. It's a JSON alert it's going to generate. It will have target, stop, target, and the ticker name. We are not sending entry price here because we are going to use market order. And ticker information also, we have changed this format a bit because the exchange we're going to use, which is BingX, it understands the ticker in a different way. Okay, so this is about the first part, which is a source. And what is the second part is, which is a destination or an exchange or a broker where the orders are placed. As mentioned before, it's going to be BingX. Why BingX? We're going to explain soon. So, but what you need in BingX is once you set up the BingX account, you need to enable perpetual features, because we're going to use the future account for trading. And once this is done, you also need to set up Google Authenticator, go to Account and Security, and set up this Google Authenticator and have a valid phone number and email ID, because that's going to be needed in setting up the APIs which are required for auto trading. Okay, so third thing what we need to do is go to API management and create an API for trading. And once you create an API, once it will ask for a name, give some name, and it will ask for all this SMS code and all these things. Enter all this information, and it will take you to the. It will create an API. It will take you to the screen, something like this. So you will get two things. One is API key and secret key, and also make sure that you enable perpetual future trading here. Spot trading is not required, and also read by default it will be there. And the IPS address restrictions, do not put any restrictions, because since we are going to use a cloud based system for integration, we do not have control over IP addresses. So there are ways to achieve this, but that's not part of today's discussion. Right. So ultimately, once you set up the API access, you will get an API key and a secret key, and this secret key you will not be able to see again. So that's why what you need to do is, once you see this information, you just copy this and store it in a safe place when where you have access to it. Okay, so this is about BingX. And the third component and the most important component is an integration system which bridges between the source and destination, which bridges between TradingView and the alert system and the exchange, which is BingX. So we are going to use a component or product called Pipedream. I learned about Pipedream via TradingView, one of the articles which was picked as editorial pick. It's by this particular user, Serafshani 20, and which talks about sending alerts to TradingView from TradingView to Telegram using the same component Pipedream. I got to know about Pipedream via this article, and then I started exploring it because it was really interesting, and I did develop a lot of things for myself and my regular day-to-day processes and all these things. And then I also thought, this would be very useful for automatic trading because this platform is very much handy, and it's very easy to use. So I started working on some of the things on that lines, and I myself created, since also this product allows users to contribute as well, so you can create your own integrations and request them to merge it to their product, and they'll go through a review and and then the testing and all these things, and once everything is okay, they'll merge it to their product and you can see them in production. So in this case, what I did is I developed this complete BingX API interface for them, and it took 6 days to get it approved and then merge to the production, and finally we have it here. And hence we can use it in our applications, and anyone can use this in use this to place the automatic trading and all these things, right? So the big expense, it's added here. So that's why, like, that's another reason why we have chosen big X instead of other exchanges, because this is the only available options right now. If you want to build integration for other favorite your own preferred exchanges, you can do that as well, right? I probably may do the same thing for a few more exchanges later on, but at present I'm just trying to understand, or I'm just trying to build a basic system which can be used for doing the automatic trading. Okay, so that's about pipe dream actually. So it's you need this pipe dream system as well. So remember, we created API management, API keys here. So what you need to do in pipe stream is, so log into the portal. There are a few things here. What you need to do is you need to create an account for BingX. I already have one here. I'll just mention how to do that. Just press connect an app, type BingX here, and select this, and API key and secret key, whatever you have got from here, post it here in this file, in these fields, and then give a name, a nickname to the application. And that's all. The integration, the application is integrated to Pipedream. Right now, how to use this integration? Like, the account is already there. Now, to make use of this account, what you need to do is you need to create the workflows. So I already created one here. So it will create, I've created a trigger, which is, maybe I'll do it again. I'll remove this trigger. Or maybe I'll create a new workflow itself. Let me go back. I'll remove this one because it's not required anymore. So I'll create a new system here, and then webhook, and select the HTTP request with post body, and save and continue. So it will create a webhook URL. So take this up, and then let's do one thing. We'll create alert. It's already there. I'll delete this one, create a new alert. That's good because it's just below fully, and in the webhook URL, give the URL which you copied from the pipeline system. So whatever the URL present here, you just give the same thing as a webhook URL here, and then press OK. Okay, so this will generate an alert when the price crosses over the moving average. So this is just simple example taken. So do not use this program for auto trading. You create your own program, or you use the program which you already have in your strategy and all these things. Okay, so let's wait for this to cross now because we already done everything. It may cross now itself, but it may take some more time. So what I'll do is I'll pause the script now, and then once this crossover happens, then I'll resume the script. Okay, so the crossover happened and we generated an alert here. And if you go back to the Pipedream now, what you will see is there's a new event generated. So as soon as the alert is generated, let me just do one thing. I'll pause the alerts now. Don't want more alerts to come again. So I pause the alerts. I'll work on this alert for now. So we got the alert. Select this one and continue. And then the next thing is what we need to do is we need to do some calculations in our BingX in order before placing the order here. So in this step, what we're going to do is we use the BingX, but what we do is just type custom here and use BingX custom calculate leveraged position. Okay, because since we do not have stop loss here, what we're going to do is we're going to calculate leveraged position and use this for risk management. So the account is by default selected. Otherwise, if you have multiple accounts, you can also go to this and select your favorite account or the ones which you are intending to use here. The symbol, what you need to do is you can select from here. So how to do that? Go to the symbol and enter custom expression, and you can see that these steps are already here. So the trigger is the first step is the trigger. So in this step, what you'll do is go back to this with this is the value you want, but you don't need this value. You want the value whichever comes in your alert. Means so that if you use it for a different ticker, you want the different ticker there. So what you do is you select the path. So okay, whatever comes in the alert, it will be used for trading. Okay, so the trade type is market. As I mentioned before, we'll use the market entry because it's simpler and will not, it's just an example which we're going through. If you are interested in exploring further, you can do that later as well. Okay, the stop price is we already have it here. So again, just select the path, and the take profit price again, target price is just select the path again. The risk is like how much percent of your portfolio you want to risk in this trade. So I'll just press it as 1 for now, and then currency you don't need it, and limit price is required if you are using a limit order, right? You just test, and this will generate some calculated parameters based on this input, right? So it's taking some time. Yeah, there it is. So it generated what's the entry price, stop price, target price, and what is the entry direction and exit direction that is used in the next step. Next step, leverage, what leverage you want to trade with, and then quantity and risk and all these things it gets calculated. So once that is done, the next step is to trade. So let me do one more thing. I'll change this to a simple name instead of this, so like calculate, right? So once done, you just need to do a test again so that the new parameters are generated against the new name. So once that is done, go back here, BingX, and then search for again custom and use this bracket order. Okay, I have two more, but you won't get these two because this is my action. I was doing the development, so I have it in my system. Otherwise, you will only see one of them. So BingX custom bracket order, select this one, and then symbol is again go back to this, select the symbol from ticker here, event trigger, ticker is this, and then trade type is market as we already mentioned, always mentioned. And then entry side is again go to the second part where we did all the calculation, just calculate, and then entry side is entry direction, select path. Exit side similarly is exit direction, go back to the calculate and exit direction. So this will just say whether to buy, the buy is a direction of entry, sell is a direction of entry, and similarly for exit, which is like stop loss or take profit and all. So leverage, there is already a calculated leverage using in the calculate method. So I'll just select this path. Position size is this one. Position size, again, go back to the calculate method, and position size will be quantity. It's the position size. Okay, and take profit price is target price, which is present here. We can also go to the target, the same thing which is here, target price in the calculate method. I'll just use this as a take profit price. And also, I'll add a limit price because there seems to be some issue where it is failing if you don't provide limit price. So but we are still going it with the market order, right? So I'll just go back to this and select a limit price, which is entry price, right? So do this and then do test. Once that is done, it will create an order. I think I already have two orders. Yeah, it has created an entry order with the order ID here, and then the exit order with the order ID here. So if we go back to this and go back to my derivatives account, see three orders, I think. No, it's just one order. Okay, maybe the other one got closed. So I just have one order here, which is created 100x cross margin. I think I've used higher leverage. Maybe it got marked to the highest possible leverage. It's not using the complete leverage. Um, and one point. Okay. So what is this calculated? Go to the results. Calculated quantity is this much, right? Okay, 1%. Right. So okay. So leverage became bit. It's became bit odd. That's why I think there was a bit of mistake, I think. But yeah, we can fix that one. So it generated a trade and it created a trade. Now what we need to do is we just need to deploy it here, so that whenever there is a trigger, whenever there's alert triggered, it gets into the system and it automatically trades this. So that's about it, and that's how you can configure your automatic trading. Um, be careful about the leverage. I think this got me stumped because it calculated leverage pretty high. If that may happen if you are doing in a very small time frame and the very small the tight bracket. If you are using a higher bracket or higher time frame, then what happens is, it may not be it may not happen, right? Yes, just be careful about this using very tight stop losses, because it may generate a wrong leverage, and it may lead to a higher position size. I think that's what happened here. It created a higher position size probably, and so because of that, the maximum loss went to $10 instead of $1. It should have been a 1%, but it had become a 10%. So it's something to be kept in mind. I'll also go back and see how I can stop this, or how I can manage it better. And I'll also update this implementation and create a pull request again to handle such cases as well. Right, and that's all about today's session. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you learned some things from it. And thanks very much for listening to me. And please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye.